out there on the WWW. It's the Real American Cougar coming at you. I got some really good stuff to talk to you about tonight. We're going to talk about your feminine energy. It is a man's world, as James Brown sings in the song. It's a man's world, and it certainly is. More and more as time goes on, and I don't want to make this a political platform, but we can all know that it is a man's world. It's getting to be less and less of a woman's world. I think we're getting set back quite a few years. And now is the time for us to indulge in our feminine energy. And if you don't know what feminine energy is, it's like the yin and the yang. There's feminine energy and masculine energy in everyone. Whether you're a man or whether you're a woman, you have both sides of this energy. Now, for women, we are mostly feminine energy, and we have the life force energy. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the life force energy, how to find it. Don't lose it. If you haven't found it, now is your time to find it. I want to thank everyone who's been following up on the Facebook page, the comments. I recently put a post on to give us a picture. If you are a mature adult lady, over 30, over 40, and you're still looking good and you're still feeling good, post a picture. We want to see your beautiful faces out there, so post a picture on the Facebook line there. Let us know. I have a picture of myself. You'll be able to see that if you look at for 30, 40, 50, 60-year-old women who are still feeling and looking good. So post a picture of yourself on there. Share yourself with me and with all the other Real American Cougar enthusiasts. Getting back to feminine energy. Feminine energy is the life force energy, the nurturing energy. We hear Mother Nature, Mother Earth, and there's a reason for that. All human creation comes from the woman. The man wouldn't be able to procreate, have children, do anything if there wasn't a woman who could bring the children forth. So Mother Earth, Mother Nature, we are the feminine energy to the universe. Don't ever forget that. And I'll tell you about feminine energy. We are wired completely different than men. Men, they push, we pull toward us. Sometimes we've got to use our masculine energy. It's not easy out there for women of any age anymore. It hasn't been for a long time. We've got to be more masculine. We have got to push. We have got to push for jobs that we want, promotions that we want, a better place to live that we want to raise our family for. We got to be validated. We got to push for validation as people, not just as women, but as people in this world. And that causes us to use our masculine energy on a daily basis, has for quite some time. Being a woman, if you're a mature single woman, if you are a stay-at-home mom with kids you're raising, if you're a single mom and you're doing it alone, life is a daily struggle for most women I know. Life can be a struggle for me at times, and I'm doing better than I have in a long time, but life can still be a struggle. And I've been through the days of when I was raising my kids and you only had one income. Sometimes you were alone with kids, or a stay-at-home mom. They've got to worry, is electric going to get paid? Is the rent going to get paid? Am I going to have enough food to feed these kids? And that is a struggle because you're nurturing, you're bringing up your family. You put their needs over yours for the longest time. And that's just the way we're wired. So we're very emotional, we're intuitive, we're always feeling things, looking for things, planning for things, trying to take care of everyone around us and still push ahead for validation for ourselves. And that can be quite frustrating, to say the least. Now, I talked about way back in the caveman days, when the women stayed in the caves and they were a community. The men went off and they went hunting and they brought back food, and They brought back different tools that they could find or make or whatever. And the women stayed there whether the men were there or not. They raised the children. They took care of the food. They took care of the home. They kept the fire going. And they grew food, the gardens, and they worked together. Everybody watched everybody else's kids. It wasn't your kids, my kids. Everybody raised. They say it takes a community to raise a child. That's where that saying came from. All the women, and in days gone by, this happens in still sometimes in other cultures. In the Philippines, the family is the family. The women are they are not the head of the family, but they are what keeps everything together. There are no nursing homes. There aren't places for old people to go. The family unit is kept together forever, for as long as possible. And women are basically the people that do that. They're the people who nurture, who draw people together, who are empathetic, who rely on their feelings. Men don't so much rely on their feelings. They are born to quick to act. They're the strong person. They're going to act. They're not going to sit and think about it. Women, we tend to want to resolve conflicts. Men participate in conflicts. We want to tend to resolve conflicts. And so that's where our nurturing female energy comes into play. Now, how do you find it? Everybody has it. You don't tell me you don't have any femininity, because every woman has it. And I can tell you that if and when, and you will, when you find your femininity, when you realize, okay, it's there and it's okay to show it and it's okay to bring it out, it will make such a difference in your life in many ways. Talk about creating your own happiness and creating your own life. When you figure out that you had your feminine energy and you've had it all along, it's a very freeing thing. It's a very uplifting thing. For years and years, we're brought up, we're taught to conform, we're taught to comply, we're taught to, okay, the man will tell you what to do, and as long as you do whatever you need to do, and he'll protect you. And it's not quite like that these days anymore, but we're still taught to comply. We're still taught to say yes to what other people tell us to do. We're taught to be subservient. And this has, the reason I'm saying this, I'm not saying it from a political standpoint mainly. I'm saying it this: the female mind has been trained not to act fully on her feminine energy. We've been taught to pull that back, to hold back on our feelings. We feel feelings, but we don't need to blubber at everybody about it. We have more guilt because we feel feelings. I believe we're always looking at, well, what could I have done better? Did I raise my kids right? Did I were my decisions right? Because we are programmed to believe that our decisions are not the right decisions because they're not male decisions. We were taught that men make the decisions for us. I can say that being even raised in my generation, my father was the head of the household. My mother kept the household together. She did work. That was something new for women back in those days. She did work outside the home. Not very many people worked outside the home when I was young. Their mother was at home taking care of everything. But we want to maintain our inner femininity. That's going to just enlighten us to create this best life that we're trying to create. It's going to help us in so many ways. Being feminine is very sensual. Sensuality doesn't have a whole lot to do with sexuality. Sensuality is more of feelings, touch, being in touch with smells, sensations, feelings, physical feelings. That's why people love massages. That's why people love lotions. That's why people love Bath and Body Works. Sensuality is more than being seductive. It can help in that seductiveness. This femininity can help you have a better sex life if that's what you wish. It's going to help you all the way around. So what do we do to find to find this feminine energy that we all have? Well, the first thing you need to do is take a look at yourself and find out who you are and what you want. I've been telling you this same thing for a long time, but you want to find out what your passion is. What are you passionate about? Women are passionate. We have emotions that just overflow. I'm a very emotional person. It gets me in trouble sometimes because when I feel overwhelmed with emotion, I used to have these freak out episodes, and I would just freak out and I would just cry and I would just, lose it. And I found out that it's okay to have emotions. It's okay to feel things. The reason I think that I reacted that way is because I kept all that in for so long. I didn't express these emotions that I had. I didn't let them loose. So you got to get in touch with yourself and get to know yourself, know what your passion is, and apply yourself to that. And my passion has always been helping people, so I'm in the medical profession. I also like to attend rallies for things that I believe in, for causes. I want to better the world for everyone, especially women. I want women to be able to have a good life, get in touch with themselves and accept themselves, and not have to go through all the things that we older, mature women have went through to figure it out. So whatever you're passionate about, let your creativity come up. Let that spark. Are you outspoken? Maybe you're a good person to stand up for causes or be an advocate for someone else if you're outspoken. That doesn't mean you're masculine just because you're outspoken. You can use that energy to help other women, to help other people. Being outspoken is a good thing at times. Get to know yourself. Write things in a journal. If you live alone, you're going to get to know yourself, believe me. You got to learn to live with yourself. I had to learn to live with myself after so many things happened that, like I said, I was raised to conform, and I was raised to always listen to other people and not to tell them no and not to hurt their feelings and not to turn my back on them. And when you're raised to conform, you don't have boundaries. You don't know when enough is enough. You don't know when to say no because you're taught not to say no. And that's a problem with a lot of women. They are not allowed to say no when they want to say no. And you have every right to say no when you want to say no about anything in your life. If you're not feeling it about something, you have every right to not go along with everything that everyone says. So know yourself, know what the limits are, know how far you're going to go as far as accepting of other people's behavior or other requirements of you. Get to know what is going to make you feel secure and comfortable. Reach out to what feeds your soul. If you like music, if you like dancing, if you like to read, if you like the company of other women. Oh, there's so much fun that can be had in the company of other women and so many stories. And sometimes women will just get together and you won't even know the person and they'll start telling you all about their family and all about their kids and about their husbands or their boyfriends or, people, you'll just start talking. Do you ever see two men just sit down and waiting to get your tires changed and they're just sitting there? Now another woman comes in, she'll sit across from you. She'll start talking to you. You'll start talking. You'll start having a conversation. Women are meant to relate to each other. We're meant to heroicize, not criticize. It's just some force that brings us together. I went to a festival couple months ago, and I was walking around and I was looking at all the vendors and looking at everything. And I come across this woman, and when she saw me, her face lit up. And when I saw her, I knew her. I couldn't think of her name, but I knew her. Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? She's hugging me. She's like, I haven't seen you in forever. How you been? I can't remember your name. I'm sorry. Oh, I can't remember your name either. Come to find out, we never met each other. Ever. But she was sure that she knew me, and I was sure that I knew her. And it just was a really crazy thing. And it's like, well, have a great day. Nice to see you anyway. Women have a cohesiveness more so than men, I believe. So, if your passion is helping someone else out, if it feeds your soul to talk to other women, if it feeds your soul to be out in nature, to grow gardens, to be camping out in the summertime, be outside as much as you can. Water is a great spirit refresher for men and women, but especially for women. There is a lot of energy in a flowing water. So get out into nature, listen to the sounds. This is part of the sensuality. Listen to the birds, listen to the wind. Get in touch with your feelings as a person. Accept your own beauty. Now there's something that's hard for a lot of us women, to accept our own beauty. When I was younger, I look at pictures of myself now when I was younger, and when I was younger, I didn't think I was anything special. I didn't think I was beautiful. I didn't think I was attractive. I was taught not to be proud, not to be vain, not to be showy. I got embarrassed when people gave me compliments. I just got embarrassed, and I looked at the ground, and I actually had to practice saying thank you for a compliment, because I didn't even think I deserved a compliment. I didn't know my worth for the longest time. So, learn to accept a compliment because you've earned it. You own your own beauty. There's lots of ways that women are beautiful. They're in all different shapes. They're all different sizes. Their hair color may be different. But, I never thought I was beautiful. And in the last few years, I'm getting older now. I don't have that much time left, and I want to appreciate everything and be as happy as I can. I've learned to accept my own beauty. I've learned to know that, yes, I'm an attractive person. I can be attractive. I can be pretty sloppy, too, if I want to, but I clean up pretty good. Just accept a compliment. If someone says, hey, you look great today, thank you, thanks a lot, thanks for noticing, and feel your own beauty. Feel your own beauty. Feel beautiful. If you want to be beautiful, feel beautiful. I'm kind of decked out for this episode. I wanted to show you what I wear when I want to feel beautiful, and this is an outfit that I wear when I want to feel beautiful, and it makes me feel like a goddess. It makes me feel beautiful. I'll tell you a little bit of story about this. This is a $1 yard sale dress that I threw some earrings that I was given, some earrings, and I had the jewelry myself, and I threw it together, and this is my outfit. And I went out to a brunch with a guy friend of mine. He said, well, let's go to brunch. And so we decided that we were going to go to either, and I wanted to look nice, and I felt nice, and I wanted to feel beautiful, and so I dressed all up, and this is exactly what I wore. And we decided we were going to go to Cracker Barrel or IHOP. So I felt a little overdressed to go to Cracker Barrel or IHOP, but I thought, you know what? No, I am not overdressed. I am feeling beautiful. If this makes me feel beautiful and I think I look beautiful, then this is what I am wearing today. So this is what I wore. We went to Cracker Barrel. There was a 40-minute wait, so they were going to text us when there was a table ready. So we skipped over to IHOP, International House of Pancakes, for those who don't understand IHOP. But that's where we went to have our brunch, and this is how I looked. And the guy friend that I was with couldn't keep his eyes off me. He kept telling me how beautiful I looked, and how he wished he would have dressed up a little bit better. And I said, that's quite all right. I'm doing this for me. So, thank you very much for the compliment. Thank you. I feel beautiful. Thank you for telling me I look beautiful. But I'm actually doing this for me, and I feel pretty good about it. And I had a great time. He had a great time. I didn't care if I was the most overdressed person in IHOP. I had a great time, and I felt great. So if there's something you wear, or something jewelry that you like, or whatever makes you feel beautiful, you go ahead and do whatever makes you feel beautiful, no matter what anybody else says. I didn't care if anybody else looked at me. I got a couple things like that from a few guys, but I wasn't really out there to care who looked at me. I was out there to enhance my friend that took me to brunch. I figure a good-looking woman on a guy's arm is an asset to any guy. So it was more for myself. I did this for myself, and I can tell you, sitting here right now, I feel pretty beautiful. I feel pretty happy. I feel pretty happy in my femininity because I am accepting my feminine energy, my beauty, my inner and outer beauty. And one day when we all don't be so beautiful, I mean, one day they say beauty is skin deep, and when the physical beauty fades, I feel getting to know myself, getting to realize what is important in my life and what is creative for me, what nurtures my soul. I feel that when my physical beauty has faded, I will still be beautiful inside, and I will still be a beautiful person because I found my feminine energy, and that's going to carry on my feminine beauty and intuition, feelings. It's okay to feel feelings. It's okay to accept the feelings that you have. I think that's one reason why women do they struggle in life, is because they don't accept their feelings. They're afraid to, they're just as afraid sometimes as men to show their feelings because they're afraid that somebody's going to laugh at them, or, oh, come on now, it's not that bad, or, kind of devalue you. But your feelings are really the key to everything. Sometimes you just know things, and those feelings, those gut feelings, never ever take them for granted. Don't take those gut feelings for granted. You don't have to act on your feelings right away. You have time. And that's part of the secret too. You have all the time in the world to get to know yourself, to accept your own beauty, to live your own beauty, to live your feminine energy. And I feel that the more of us that get in touch with our feminine energy and get in touch with other women, look at the things that we can do, supporting each other, resolving conflicts, not getting into the conflict. More and more, as I see the world, the way it's going in our country especially, women do need to band together. We do need to be together to hold ourselves together, to stand fast, to have the opportunities that we have. To have education, to have a better life for our families and future families. I mean, it takes more than one person. It takes a community to raise a child. It takes a community to keep things, keep us validated. We deserve it. So this is all part of your feminine energy and how to use your feminine energy. The more beautiful you feel, and the more feminine you feel, and the more of a woman you feel, the better woman you will be. And that's what I have found over my journey, especially over the last couple of years, is that don't let anyone take your femininity from you. Don't lose it. Find it. Keep it. You are the life energy. You are the life force. And live it to the fullest. Very nice of y'all to listen to my talk tonight. I hope I've helped a few people. I hope I inspired a few people, and I hope I inspired you to always be your best, look your best, do what makes you feel good. Until next time, we'll talk again. Peace out.